What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, back in the car. Everton have beaten Bournemouth 3-0 at Goodison Park today. Arguably performance of the season. It's certainly up there with the Villa game. Everton pretty much dominated the game start to finish. There were a couple of moments for Bournemouth, but nothing of any major note. And Everton played really well. You know, Onana and Garner in the middle of the park was again. It's what we'd been screaming out for, and when it's happened, you know, Everton have produced. Garner in the middle of the field is composed. He's got that turn on him. He thinks with that forward pass, and I was really impressed with him today. It was a very mature performance from James Garner, who is a youngster, alongside Onana, who is also a youngster. So yeah, I'm really happy with the midfield pairing of them two. Doucouré gets a goal. I'm not blown away by Doucouré, but he does get another goal, so he's chipping in. Calvert-Lewin I thought was excellent, and the only thing that he was missing was a goal, and he almost got one, to be fair. He hit the crossbar and he dinks the keeper and it just goes wide. But you know, this Everton team, they look different. They look different with the two in the middle. They look different having Doucouré push forward. It was almost like a 4-4-2, but it was, I suppose it was more like you could argue a 4-4-1-1, but all in all, it's exactly what Everton needed going into a bit of a tough period, some tough games coming up. We all know about the Merseyside derby. We all know playing away at West Ham, difficult games, but that's a little bit of a confidence boost, isn't it? For in those couple of weeks' time, it's a bit of a confidence boost. You know, we needed to hammer someone, and it could have been more. It could have been more. Bournemouth just weren't at the races today. And before Bournemouth fans, because I did the same with Luton, and Luton fans just sat there just thinking I was being disrespectful. Bournemouth fans today, they were singing songs like "Shall We Pretend to Score a Goal" and "We're Fucking Shit." And it was, I'm not going to say it was sad to see, but it was disappointing, because this Bournemouth side, it's not like they've got bad players. You know, I like Philip Billings, I like Sinisterra on the left-hand side, he come on the pitch, can beat people. This Bournemouth side, they're not a bad team, yet they can't get a win. I think they're on 1 point now in 7 or 8 games. It's not looking good for Bournemouth, and the manager, you could probably argue, shouldn't be in charge at this point. But the biggest thing that surprised me today was the lack of fight in midfield from them, the lack of composure at the back. You know, the first goal was a mistake. We score after 10 minutes. We win the ball back. We score a goal. James Garner again, lovely finish. Just cuts it round. The corner ball comes over for our second. Jack Harrison scores a lovely curling effort from 25 yards, maybe even slightly further out. It's a great finish. And Everton score a third. There was a little bit of a debate about the third goal as to whether there was a foul on the goalkeeper. I don't think there was, and if I'm being honest, 30 to 40 seconds before that, they could have pulled play back for a foul on Everton's Jack Harrison. They didn't. The ref didn't. He played on. So, you know, if they'd have stopped the game, you could have said that it might have been 2-0. But irrespective, it doesn't matter. Everton were the better team. Bournemouth didn't deserve anything out of the game. And really didn't turn up, if I'm being honest. They really didn't turn up. I made a comment about Luton being the worst team in the league. I think you could probably have a very honest conversation about Bournemouth and Sheffield United at this moment in time. I think both teams are poor, and I think if Everton were playing Sheffield United now, I think Everton would probably win, if I'm being completely transparent. One of the other things that I noticed about Everton today was the free-flowingness. You know, we would play the ball into middle, and you would see Ashley Young on the right-hand side do an overlap, or you'd see Mikalenko, I thought, again, played really well. There wasn't a bad performance today from an Everton player. I'm really, really happy, but there was just a little bit more fluidity in our play. There was a little bit more dynamism. You know, the ball would come into the middle of the park and you would have options. It does frustrate me at times that Onana goes backwards quite a lot. It does frustrate me that there may not always be a pass available, certainly on the left-hand side. I felt like McNeil, he seemed to... He's a confidence player, McNeil, and when he has them moments of confidence and he does something well, he plays well. And when he's not really in the game, he really doesn't affect it. I personally would have started Danjuma today, but again, you know, it's ifs and buts. We won 3-0. It doesn't really matter. But overall, happy. You know, we could have won more. We certainly should have won more. And it just bodes well for the start of the season. You hope that Dyche has learned. You know, we've spoken about his silly tactical decisions. Today he got it right, and he's got to stick with that. There is no point changing it. You know, Bournemouth today were there for the taking. There's no argument about that. There's no getting around that. But they really didn't lay a good love on us. There was one header and one shot from outside the box that Pickford tipped wide. Defensively, we seemed okay. We coped. We held up the ball well when we had the ball. We were just a better team from start to finish. And that is that. It's actually the easiest match reaction to talk about because we just deserved to win. There was no... We played well, but the other team scored a lucky goal. There was none of that. Everton, from start to finish, were the better team, and I don't think anyone would disagree with that. And the positive is, as I say, we go into the next games with a little bit more confidence than what we've had because, you know, I have worried about us, and I was worried going into this game. You know, after the Luton game, I was worried. I thought we'd smash Luton, and we didn't. I didn't think we'd smash Bournemouth, but we did. And it should have been more. I do want to give a shout out to Bournemouth fans as well. At half time, Everton's amputee FA Cup winning side came onto the pitch, walked around the stadium with their trophy, and Bournemouth fans also clapped. They clapped. They had no problem clapping, and I really respect football teams that appreciate good things that happen at other clubs. So just a big shout out to Bournemouth fans. You know, I'm not this big horrible against every other fan person. I'm really not. I give credit where credit is due. I did it against Luton, albeit Luton fans tend to forget that. And I'll do it today with Bournemouth. Their fans today, apart from a couple of chants which were funny, but they didn't have a lot to smile about, and that's fair enough. They clapped at that moment, and fair play to them. And there's no negatives. There's no negatives. Fair play to them. And we just have to kick on. You know, we have to kick on. My man of the match today, it's actually really difficult because I actually thought there was a few players that played really well. But I am, yet again, going to give it to James Garner. I felt he just picked it. I was happy with all of them. And I've been really happy with Mykolenko. I've been really happy with Mykolenko defensively. Playing against a better player, I don't know if he'll get exposed, but he's played fairly well in the last few games, and he deserves a bit of credit. Calvert-Lewin's been really good. The only thing that Calvert-Lewin missed today was a goal, and that wasn't for lack of trying. You know, he fully deserved a goal today. So, yeah, look, I'm going to leave it there. That's my match reaction. Everton 3. Bournemouth 0, fully deserved. Just got to keep going now, haven't we? Right? Up the toffees. Peace.